Hey everybody, welcome to this achievement guide for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on the Xbox Series X. Today we are completing the achievement Legendary Beasts, and to unlock this achievement you need to defeat 4 mysterious creatures. Now I would like to give a personal recommendation. For me, I had completed these beasts as I came upon them, so when I was on Bogano I defeated Oggdo Boggdo like ASAP. I would highly recommend make your life easier, come back to the planets when you are stronger. You'll see as I go through each of these creatures, it actually gets easier and easier because I get more powerful. So I would highly recommend you wait till you are more powerful so that way you have an easier time defeating these enemies. But for me, I ended up having a lot of difficulty when I did not have a lot of skills unlocked. However, it is kind of fun to have such difficulty when it comes to these enemies. So it's definitely up to you and up to your personal preference, but it's just my recommendation. I'd recommend you definitely come into this with a good amount of skills. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and get started with our first enemy, Oggdo Boggdo. Oggdo Boggdo is located on Bogano, so from the landing pad, we are headed over to the Boggdo sinkholes. This is accessible from the ceiling or the roof or above, whatever you want to call it. You can drop down in those holes, or you can enter in from the side exit, which is where we actually exit from, so it's definitely up to you. But from the meditation location, meditation spot, we are headed over to these vines, wall running over to them, and then making our way on top and then dropping down into the hole to face Oggdo Boggdo. Now, as you can see, like I mentioned, I am very weak for this fight, so you gotta be really skilled. I'd highly recommend that you parry his attacks because it leaves you open to do a lot of damage when he is stunned, and that's just very useful. Definitely be dodging as much as you can. It is very rough, this fight. Honestly, if you are not prepared, I would highly recommend you come back and, do this when you have more skills, more health, all that good stuff. This is a very difficult fight. When it comes to parrying, he hardly ever telegraphs attacks like very well and very easy to predict. The only attack that I can always parry 100% of the time is that bite. You can see I get a few parries in this battle, and yeah, it gets very difficult, that is for sure. You got to be moving quick, you got to have good reaction time, and you got to keep your distance, but also remain close enough to attack him. If you add more powers like force push or even force pull, if you add any other powers, any additional damage, any additional health, this would be a lot easier. So don't worry too much. You can return to this area if you are looking to, get some skills and then come back. You'll have a much easier time doing this battle. For me, I was just stubborn and I was not going to stop until I defeated him. And I'm proud I did. It was a very difficult fight, but oh my god, I was stressing out. I died like 9 times. It was rough. So I'd highly recommend you just come to this with more skills. But once again, it's not that difficult of a fight once you get the hang of it. It just requires perseverance and a lot of quick thinking. I have no clue why I'm not healing. I honestly don't know why I'm not healing. I'd highly recommend you make sure you have full health most of the time. But hey, whatever gets you through the battle. Apparently not healing is what got me through the battle. But yeah, that is Oggdo Boggdo defeated. That is the first of 4 creatures defeated. And if you take a look at the time codes in the play bar, you'll actually see that things get a lot quicker. Our second battle is going to be a bit slow, but things pick up after this battle. So let's move on to the Albino Wyyyschokk. This creature is going to be located on Kashyyyk. It is located partially through the Imperial Refinery. You'll see there's this meditation spot right over here. And then from this meditation spot, there is this cavern, these caves here. It's accessible either through the side path on the left side, or now it's the right side, once you are actually looking at the direction of the caves, or it is accessible through this side hole here where Cal crawls through and squeezes through. It's definitely up to you on which way you want to enter in from, but this way you're able to avoid the battle that is below you, and you can just get started with the battle against the Wyyyschokk right away. So jumping into the center here, you are going to get ambushed by the Wyyyschokk, and get ready for a very intense fight. For me, I had a lot of trouble with some of the attacks. There's some of the attacks that cannot be parried at all, where for some reason the Wyyyschokk just reaches extremely far. Like that attack right there, I managed to get hit by it a ton, even though I was sure I dodged. So you got to be sure you are constantly dodging, doing your best to get out of the way as soon as possible. If you see anything that points towards it being an attack that you cannot parry, get out of the way ASAP. You see right there, it's like a homing attack. It just tracks you really easily, and it gets really frustrating. If you had some health upgrades, you would be able to survive a bit longer. If you had some stims, you could, take a bit more damage and you wouldn't need to worry too much. But yeah, just play to the best of your strengths. Come to this with some more skills. I found that I died like maybe 8 times, so I could definitely use some more skills, but I had the dual lightsaber, so things were a bit easier for me because of that. However, it was still very difficult, and it took a ton of attempts just getting this battle down right. Parrying is going to be key here, especially when it comes comes to the regular attacks. That allows you to get a lot of damage in on a counter attack, so that is also highly recommended. Alright, now that is the Albino Wyyyschokk defeated. As I said, that battle was, easier than Oggdo Boggdo because I had a few skills. However, it wasn't the easiest that it could have been because I feel like I should have had more to be prepared, But regardless, we completed it. So that is 2 out of 4 mysterious creatures defeated. And now we are on Zeffo and headed to the Broken Wing to find the 3rd mysterious creature in the game. This is going to be the Rabid Jotaz, and like I said, this is going to be a bit of an easier fight because I do have more skills, and this enemy, I find that the attack pattern the enemy has is honestly pretty straightforward and pretty easy to dodge and predict. You can see there is a Jotaz right here if you want to train yourself on their attack patterns. I don't think there's anything different with this Rabid Jotaz. It just has more health and it is a bit, tougher to face. But overall, it's a very straightforward fight. So let's just get right into it. We are making our way from the crash site over to the Broken Wing. We've made it all the way through the paths over here, and in this circular area with the fan at the top, that is where we are going to be fighting it. So jump down and get ready for the fight. Using the dual lightsaber was key in this battle. It did a ton of damage against the Jotaz, and honestly, it was a cakewalk when it came to that. The attacks that the enemy does use are honestly really easy to dodge as well. You can see right here, it is just 3 swings, and they're very easy to predict and dodge, nothing to worry about, and you can even parry them if you need to. These are not ones that you cannot parry. And then after all 3 of the swings, you have a window to attack, and that made things very, very easy for me. You can see I'm not stressing, I'm hardly even dodging, I'm just backing up and letting it swing and tire itself out, and then I go in for an attack, rinse and repeat until it's killed. It's very, very easy. I found this one to be one of the easiest fights, although our 4th one is going to be much, much easier. And that was the only attack it actually got in. You see that? That was the only damage I took so far, which is kind of laughable that this is, supposed to be a difficult creature. And then bam, there is the execution to finish the fight off. That is the Rabid Jotaz defeated, and that is our 3rd out of 4th mysterious creature defeated for our achievement. Now let's go ahead and move on to our final enemy. This is on Dathomir, and it is located at the end of the level. Once you have access to the climbing claws, you're going to make your way up with the story, and then all the way to the end, right in front of the Tomb of Kujet, there is this side path, and then we are going to be entering into that area here, and right away you are going to get in a fight with the Alpha Nydak. So running into the area, wall running over here, you're going to make your way, jump in, and then bam, the fight is going to get started. Or Nydak Alpha, excuse me, I called it the Alpha Nydak. It is the Nydak Alpha, my mistake. But yeah, you can see right here, I have a purple lightsaber, I have the split saber, I am very well powered, I have a ton of skills. This battle is a cakewalk when it comes to fighting this enemy with the amount of skills I have. Honestly, I was shocked that it was so easy. Seriously, it was surprising that this was so easy. So that's why I say I'd highly recommend that if you're having trouble with any of these bosses, you come back and make sure you have a lot of skills so that way you can easily defeat them. Like I defeated the Nydak Alpha to unlock the achievement. So that is all that is required for this achievement. Just defeat the 4 mysterious creatures across the game. They're across the 4 planets, and that is how you're going to unlock the achievement. I do hope that this video was helpful. If it was, please do consider dropping a like, and of course, if you did enjoy the content enough, please do consider sticking around and subscribing, because we've got a few more guides for this game, and we're going to be making many more guides for many more games to come. So definitely stick around and subscribe for that. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you're looking for more Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order content, I do have a full achievement playthrough available on my channel. I'll be linking the playlist as a card on the top right about now, and if you join in on the fun, you get to enjoy moments like this. Who's this? Oh, Nydak Alpha. So this is the last mysterious creature that I need to face. Holy. Wow, look at that. That's great. Oh, it dodged. Wow, look at that. We're crushing this one. All the other mysterious creatures were like actually difficult to face. Now we're destroying this one. I am highly upgraded. This enemy is just getting destroyed. Getting absolutely destroyed. Holy. That was so quick. Legendary beasts, we have defeated 4 mysterious creatures. That is the Nydak Alpha defeated. Oh wow, look at that.